Hi guys, so there was a question in the group about how to cut up your paper if you want to have it look like one large photo for your pocket letters. So it's very easy and simple to do. So take this one for instance that I'm currently working on. Now I have a Silhouette Cameo. And I pretty much use the software for just about everything that I do. So I use my Cameo to pick the size that I wanted, which I chose 8.5 by 11, and print it. So that's how I did that. But you do not have to have a Cameo to do this. You can do this with regular scrapbook paper. You can do this with a photo that you have printed using your regular Word program on your computer, or if you went to like a Office Max or Kinko's or wherever you've gone, or if you want to do like a magazine page and it's at least 8.5 by 11, you can use that. Now I use 8.5 by 11 because it allows you to have extra room on either side to determine where you want to start cutting at. I don't like to go any smaller than that. Now your pocket page is smaller than that, but like I said, using an 8.5 by 11, that allows you to you'll have extra space in your picture. So say if you have a whole lot of stuff on the side that you really don't want in your picture, by using an 8.5 by 11, you get to pick exactly where you want to start your cutting from. So like with this, I did lose a little bit of the ear or whatever. There was other stuff on the side, but the main focus that I wanted, which was the rabbit, he's dead in the center. So by having it that size, that allowed me to make sure that I was able to place the rabbit where I wanted him in the pocket page or pocket letter. So like I said, this one was done with me printing it. And then these are some of the letters that I've gotten. I will share that later. And then this one I'm working on. Okay. This one I did using some scrapbook paper. And this paper was 12 by 12. So you don't have to print anything if you don't want to. You can use regular scrapbook paper. You can, as long as, for me, use an 8.5 by 11. That's what I like to start with, base. Then you can pretty much do whatever you want with. So for this one, like I said, it was 12 by 12, and I cut it down to fit inside of the pocket pages. So I will share that with you, how to do that in a second. This one I use ATC cards from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby sells pre-designed ATC cards. If you have a Hobby Lobby in your area, and all you do is just, they already fit exactly inside the pockets, because these pockets are the size of ATC cards, so you don't have to trim them down or anything. So that's what I use for this one. And then this one was another one that I used pictures that I got or had offline, and it was one solid piece, and I just cut it to fit in between each individual slots. Up here, you do lose a tiny bit of the image, but honestly, once you're looking at it as a whole, it's not really that big of a deal or really that noticeable, especially if you're starting with a larger print and then cutting down. So that's what this one is. So let me share with you how to cut it up. And like I said, I'll share all those pocket letters with you guys in another video. Okay, so I just printed off this image here, these gorgeous roses. I plan on making this into a pocket letter. This will be my front piece, and this is printed on 8.5 by 11, 110-pound cardstock, and you can pick 110-pound cardstock from any of your crafting stores, and you can also get it from Walmart. Just look for it to say 110-pound weight, and I think I have one that I can show you. Yeah, I do. So if you happen to have a Michael's in your area, this is the one from Michaels, and it's made by Recollection, and as you can see, it's the 110 pound. I like to use this one because it's thick and it's nice and sturdy, and you can cut this with your Cameo for those of you who use your Cameo, but just cutting this and using this as a base in general is good. This is the heavyweight cardstock. They sell this at Joann's, Michaels. I've seen it in Hobby Lobby with lesser sheets. This one comes with 100. I think in Hobby Lobby you get like 25 or 50 sheets, something like that. So just look for the 110 pound weight. And you can use that. That's what I use in my printer for this one. So I'm going to show you how to cut this down. And as you can see, this isn't the full size of the 8.5 by 11. I did leave some edge so I can determine where I want to start cutting at. I'm going to trim that edge off and then start my cutting. And I do have this sprayed. I'm sorry about that. Let me let it focus. So that I'll start, and you just determine like where you want to start your cutting at. Like if you want to start on the left or if you want to start on the right. If you start on the right, then of course you go from right to left. If you start on the left, then you go from left to right. And your dimensions, you're going to cut in strips. So you're going to need a paper trimmer. And for this, I'm using my Fiskars paper trimmer, and it's a 12 by 12 paper trimmer. So you extend the arm out, and I'm going to go ahead and, excuse me, and trim off that edge. And I'm sorry, I have to, you might not be able to see me actually trimming it off. I'll share that with you because it's white. I really need to get up on it to see it. Okay. You know what? I'm going to start upside down and trim that off. That's better. Okay. And I'm a perfectionist, like badly, so sometimes it takes me a little longer to do stuff because everything has to be like lined up to a T or it'll drive me nuts. So please excuse my OCD because I do have it bad. So as you can see, I'm choosing to start from left to right. So I trimmed off that little edge. I'm not going to worry about this one. There is the actual little edge here that I didn't print on. You can't see it because of the color in the photo. But there is an edge on this side as well. And then I'm just going to start cutting. Now your pocket sizes, your the little sleeves are 2.5 by 3.5. So when you cut, you're going to cut in sections. I usually do my 2.5 first, so I'm going to cut three strips, 2.5 in width. So I'm going to cut this strip, and then I'm going to cut this strip, and then I'm going to cut this strip. And then I'm going to go back, turn my strips, and then I'm going to cut 3.5 on each strip. And then that'll give me each one of my little pieces to go in the slot. So hopefully that made sense. So like I said, I'm going to start by cutting 2.5. Okay. So there's my first strip. And then you can always go back and insert it in your little pocket to make sure that it fits in there. So once you have your first strip, you can either cut all the strips, go ahead and just cut them all into the strips, which I'm going to go ahead and do. And I'm going to lay that on there so you can kind of have an idea of where I'm going with this. I'm going to go ahead and just cut all the strips to simplify it, because I know a lot of you that are doing the pocket letters aren't per se crafters. Like I've been crafting since I was 18 and I just turned 35, so I've been doing this for a while. So I've actually had a chance to learn all this stuff, and see how to do it. So please don't get frustrated. I mean, if you have a question and you see something that someone has done, then, you know, I have no problems with trying to help if I can. Or I'm sure everybody else in the group is so very nice to ask if you need any help, like this young lady did. So that's what I have left over. So that's what I don't have. This is the part that's actually not going to be in my, what is this? My pocket letter. So it's not that much that I'm losing from the image. Like I said, by making it an 8.5 by 11 and by choosing what I want, I'm okay with what I'm going to lose. It's still going to come out the way that I want it. Okay, so after you cut your 2.5 inch strips, then you're going to turn it lengthwise and cut 3.5 sections. And I got to get up on this. So I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see it. I'm trying to do this around my camera. I don't see how you guys do these tutorials. That's why I don't do them, I guess, because it is hard to do this around these cameras. So I have my first one cut. I'm going to move these over. And that will go in your first sleeve, like so. Okay, and then on that same piece, I'm going to cut another 3.5. Oh gosh, I have to lift this, guys, because I can't see it over the camera. Okay. And then that will go. You're going to keep your rows in order and see, you can see your picture starting to connect. Now you do have a gap because of the separation in the pockets, but once you look at it as a whole, it really isn't a big deal. And then you're going to cut your last 3.5 inch strip. And then that's what you lose from the bottom, so not much at all. So you can see it's starting to take shape. Okay, so we'll go with the second strip. So you get your 3 slots from each strip. So I'm going to cut this one, the same thing. Go to the 3.5 and trim that down. And I hope this video is making sense. I don't normally do tutorials. So hopefully you guys are able to understand. And I'm trying to hurry up as well because my videos take forever to upload because they are usually long. Okay, so I'm just piecing it together like a puzzle. And there's the last one from this strip. Okay. There's a little piece that you cut off. And then this will go into the bottom. So you can see my puzzle is fitting together. And then we go to the very last strip. Again, we're going to the 3.5. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut and then put all this in there. Glitter everywhere. Okay. Now to place them in the pocket. And that's it. That is all you need to do for your images. And like I said, I start off with a base of 8.5 by 11 because that gives me the extra room to play around with where I actually want to start my image to start from. So, and you can see I didn't really lose that much from the photo. So it came out perfectly the way that I want it. So that is how it looks. I hope you guys were able to follow through with this. This is the little bit that I lost from the image. As you can see, it's not much at all. And it looks so pretty, I think. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to try and answer them. And hopefully this video won't take all day to upload. All right, guys. Bye.